parliament elected. But I also see that he has gone even one step further of degrading the Speaker of Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament does not belong to us as a Jubilee. He was elected by all parliamentarians. He represents Parliament. So again, you now
really, what I'm saying is that he should behave as a Speaker of Parliament.
You're attacking another important institution of our country. And I fully agree with the honourable member that, in fact, we are there for legislation. But Parliament is supreme in enacting laws, in changing and amending laws. That is part of the job of Parliament. And the majority party has it its agenda. It was elected on a platform. And the President of the Republic is the leader of that particular party. I don't see any contradiction in going to see my President at State House. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, the decisions that I make and the voting patterns that I undertake in Parliament is entirely my own, depending on the needs of my constituency. I represent all the people of Kamukunji. I don't represent Jubilee voters and those who didn't vote for me. And the same, the President, in fact, has been very good in that. He has gone out. He has extended an olive branch to the opposition. He represents all the people of Kenya once he's been elected to government. He is not a person who represents a particular political party, because he is now our president, the president of all the people of Kenya. So to actually focus on the president as someone with a narrow agenda that contradicts the constitution and the institutions in which we have established in our country is not the case. The president works for all of us. Jubilee as a party works for the general interest of the Kenyan people. The problem is the fact that CORD does not understand its role as an opposition. Really? It has not really sat down to find out what oppositional role it could play, what agendas it should take up. It is only stuck on this absolutely false, untrue, objectionable and repulsive position to say that the elections were rigged. You need to move on and really start working as an opposition party for the benefit of the same people who have voted for you. Otherwise, if I was a CORD voter, I would be very disappointed. I would be depressed, because instead of working for me as someone who has voted for you, you're spending a lot of time on something which is irrelevant. It has been rejected by the Supreme Court. The leadership is in position. It's working for the country. Work to make sure that you have a stake in Kenya's political spectrum. Otherwise, you would become you are already becoming irrelevant, as far as I'm concerned, because you have no agenda for the future.
Before you perhaps respond to Honorable Hassan, you could also just explain more about this whole claim of the military being involved in the rigging, because you started it when you gave us your first remarks. You could tell us more about that.
I don't want to go into so much detail of it here, because this is not the forum. But I'm saying,
which is the forum? Because
I know how to deal with it. But I'm saying, and this is very serious. When the Prime Minister speaks,
who is the Prime Minister?
The former Prime Minister.
Before, whether you call him former or Prime Minister, there will be nobody else in that office. He's the Prime Minister. And I think we need to begin to learn to.
You're still in the past.
No, not in the past.
Move to the future.
He's the Prime Minister of where?
Of course, he's the Prime Minister.
Of which country?
I mean, when Bill Clinton comes here, let us be practical. When Bill Clinton comes to Kenya, how do you address him? Former President of the U.S.? Once a president, you are a president.
We're not
Once
in the U.S.
a Prime Minister, you're a Prime Minister. I mean, I'm the son of a chief. My father is called the chief to date. You get what I mean? But that is distracting from the real issues. What I wanted to confirm is that the elections were rigged. And I never.
But you have not shown us. You have not shown us a single evidence here, a single point. The worst thing that you have done is looking at the face of the chief of the army.
I don't know. I don't know whether my brother. By the way, he's a good debater. The problem we have on the Jubilee side is that he has not been talking more. I hope when we go back to Parliament, my brother will talk more. But we also understand why he's not been talking more. Because if he talked more the way he's talking here, the Jubilee side will, of course, see the light. My brother has talked about the